This is how the story of the young woman who changed the course of human and spiritual history begins. In the small, obscure town of Nazareth in Galilee, Mary was born to a devout and righteous couple, Joachim and Anna. She grew up in an atmosphere of deep piety, humility, and quiet devotion, never imagining that she would become the full of grace, the one chosen among all women to carry the ultimate mystery of the divine incarnation. In Christianity, Mary is not merely a historical figure or a passive vessel for prophecy. She is revered as the Theotokos, the Mother of God, the ultimate symbol of absolute obedience, and the spiritual mother of all humanity.
Mary lived a simple, quiet life and was betrothed to a righteous man from the house of David named Joseph the carpenter. On an ordinary day, an extraordinary light pierced the stillness of her room. The archangel Gabriel appeared before her. This was not just a celestial meeting. It was the precise moment where the temporal met the eternal. "Rejoice, highly favoured one, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women." Luke 1:28. The young virgin was deeply troubled by these words, wondering what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel comforted her, assuring her that she had found favour with God. Gabriel announced that she would conceive and give birth to a son, and she was to name him Jesus. He would be great and would be called the Son of the Highest. Perplexed, Mary asked a pure and logical question. "How can this be, since I do not know a man?" The angel revealed the profound mystery. The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Highest will overshadow you. Therefore also that Holy One who is to be born will be called the Son of the Holy God. Faced with this awe-inspiring divine mystery, Mary did not hesitate. She did not fear social stigma, judgment, or misunderstanding. Instead, she offered the ultimate model of faith and surrender, replying, "Behold the maidservant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." With that submission, the door to humanity's salvation was opened.
Shortly after the Annunciation, Mary travelled in haste to the hill country to visit her cousin Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, who had conceived in her old age. The moment Mary entered the house of Zacharias and greeted Elizabeth, something miraculous happened. The unborn baby leapt for joy in Elizabeth's womb, and Elizabeth, filled with the Holy Spirit, cried out, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. But why is this granted to me, that the mother of my Lord should come to me?" In response, Mary's heart overflowed with a beautiful hymn of praise known as the Magnificat. "My soul magnifies the Lord." In this prayer, she thanked God for looking upon her humble state, exalting the lowly, filling the hungry with good things, and remembering his mercy to his people.
When Joseph discovered Mary was pregnant, he was deeply distressed. Being a just man, he intended to divorce her quietly, to save her from public disgrace. However, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, revealing the divine nature of her pregnancy. Joseph obeyed without question, taking Mary as his wife and becoming her protector. Due to a decree by Caesar Augustus for a census, Joseph and the heavily pregnant Mary had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Upon arrival, the town was overcrowded, and there was no room for them in the inn. In a cold, humble stable, surrounded by animals, the young mother gave birth to her divine son. She wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. The night was marked by heavenly hosts singing praises, a brilliant star, and the arrival of shepherds and magi bringing gifts. Yet danger quickly followed. King Herod, threatened by the prophecy of a new king, ordered the massacre of all male infants in Bethlehem.
Back in Nazareth, Mary raised Jesus, watching him grow in wisdom, stature, and favour with God and men. Her life was characterized by a contemplative silence. The Gospels frequently note that Mary kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. When Jesus began his public ministry, Mary appeared at the dynamic centre of it. At the wedding at Cana, when the wine ran out, an incident that would cause immense social embarrassment for the hosts, Mary turned to her son and simply said, "They have no wine." Even though Jesus responded that his hour had not yet come, Mary confidently instructed the servants with her famous, timeless advice, "Whatever he says to you, do it." This prompted Jesus to perform his very first public miracle, turning water into wine.
Mary's calling was not one of worldly glory, but of profound sacrifice. Years earlier, the elderly prophet Simeon had told her in the temple, "A sword will pierce through your own soul also." That sword struck her heart directly as she stood at Calvary, watching her son die on the cross. While most of the disciples fled in fear, Mary stood steadfast with unmatched courage, witnessing his agony, his spilled blood, and the mockery of the crowds. In his dying moments, Jesus looked down at his mother and his beloved disciple, John. He said to Mary, "Woman, behold your son," and to John, "Behold your mother." Through this act, Jesus did not just ensure Mary's physical care, he spiritually entrusted all of humanity to her maternal care, establishing her as the mother of the Church.
Following Christ's resurrection and ascension into heaven, Mary did not abandon the apostles. She became the spiritual pillar of the early Christian community. The book of Acts records that she gathered with the disciples in the upper room, persevering in prayer. She witnessed the outpouring of the Holy Spirit on the day of Pentecost, participating actively in the birth of the Church. Regarding the conclusion of her earthly life, Christian tradition, especially Orthodox and Catholic, holds the doctrine of the Assumption, or Dormition, of Mary. Christians believe that when her earthly life ended, she passed away naturally, but her body was not left to experience corruption in the grave. Instead, she was assumed body and soul into heavenly glory, where she reigns alongside her Son.